And yeah, we're live right now. The moment I saw your light skinned dude twist his ankle, I
Oh,
text you,
I know, I
and,
know. God.
and
Oh,
that was a long break. That was like they kept showing other things. I'm like, no,
yeah,
that was a bad bet.
yeah.
And I mean, we can go right into it. Welcome to the Pedro and Hannibal
Mm.
YouTube channel, podcast, whatever you want to call it. I know it's been a while.
It's been a week.
It's been
Yeah,
been about a week. But we had some things going on. But, before we get into the whole Jason Tatum thing and the
yeah,
finals and what's going on, how was your Memorial Day weekend?
bro. It was fantastic. Shout out to Cliff, Marion. Appreciate y'all for being in here. Great man.
Yeah,
Didn't work. Spent time on Sunday at my dad's house. My pops had family over, barbecue, beers, relaxation. It was really good. Um, got to see my two nephews. I mean, just it was good, man. And then Monday was a chill day, so I had a great weekend, man. It was really good. How about you?
fantastic. It's great to hear that you're doing well and you had a great weekend.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Well, but no, mine's. I mean, mine's was it was fine. It was very busy, and in my line of work, taking care of the dogs, it's really busy during the Memorial Day weekend. So I had to deal with that, but I still was able to eat and hang out, and didn't get as high as much as I would, or drink as much as I wanted to because I was just so busy on Monday. That's why I thought about doing the show, and then I guess I
Yeah.
forgot that I told you there was no show.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
was
Right.
like, I'm gonna probably not be doing much. So I had a little bit. I had a little bit of fun. I did grill some chicken. Did that,
Nice.
get some
Nice.
burgers, some hot dogs. And then the next day came and I spent basically this whole what today is? Wednesday, right?
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't know what today is day is. Yesterday spent the whole day outside, taking, from the morning. Usually with my line of work, I try to get as much done as early as possible. So I get the dog, take the son to school. Then I'm walking dogs. Then I had some pussy to take care of, pussy cats. I take care of that as well. So I was doing that. It was a very routine day. I
I
think
took care of some
yesterday.
pussy too this last couple of days.
Shut up. Uh, I know you hate cats, so we know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yep.
So
I had to say it. You left it. You left
yeah,
it
that
wide
was
open
true.
for me, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're both gross. So it's around 1 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, I get to get some other stuff done. Maybe the whole YouTube thing, and making a video, complain about DoorDash or something, like my usual routine. But I get in the car at my last visit, and there's no I open the door, no lights are in the car, like
Oh no.
nothing, not the screen, nothing's popping up saying Ford. I have a damn Ford. Nothing's popping up. I'm like, that's not good. And the first thing I think of is, when's the last time I changed a battery?
Mm-hmm.
Did not remember that at all. So I've dealt with the battery dies. I get a jump, right?
Everybody's dealt with that. Yeah.
I have a portable jumper, right? In case you can't find some random weirdo. Hey, can you help me jump my car? I had the whole portable thing ready to go, right? Put that on. I guess you can ask me, did it work? You can ask me, did it work? When I set the whole thing up and jumped the car, did it work?
No, it didn't because it's probably not just a battery,
Well,
or
it
maybe it
didn't.
is. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it didn't work, right? I'm like, this is fucking terrible. I'm parked on a really busy street. Thank God I parked legally, because whenever I was doing deliveries, taking care of dogs, I am parking near the fire hydrant. I don't give an F.
Oh, me,
I've
I would
been,
do the same thing. I would
yeah,
do the same thing.
I gotta keep it moving. But this it was rush hour is coming, and this car's dead. So I had to call roadside assistance. I'm thinking, okay, I may need a jump, or maybe they got a better jumper than I do. Maybe they got some
Mhm,
super technology, whatever, or they got
mhm,
a tow.
mhm.
So luckily, I pay so much money in fucking insurance that I don't pay for tow if I had to. But like, okay, go
Right.
ahead. So I was close to the house, so I actually went back home because the guy said he's gonna take an hour and change. I went back home to get something to eat. Starving at 8, came back. The tow guy came, but by the time he came, it was so busy on the street. There was no time to jump. Basically, I said, "Yo, yeah, it ain't working." So you tried, like, yeah, it ain't working. This dude was able to back up, hit that. Like, these tow guy drivers are like next level. Like, in
Well,
terms of
they're
skill of driving.
professionals. They've seen everything. If you got a tow guy that's been in the job a couple of years, he's seen it all.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah,
And the
one of
more
my good friends
tattoos,
does that for a living. So
the
yeah,
more tattoos they have, the better they are at
the
toting,
better, the better,
right?
the better. Yes,
I
yes, yes.
mean, this
You want them
dude.
grimy. You want them gritty. You want a cigarette out of his
Well,
mouth.
why
You want
is
him to look
that?
dirty because that
What
means that they're
they,
seasoned, bro.
they've
They're
been through some
seasoned.
shit.
Yeah, it's just like chicken. You said you cook chicken. You don't want no chicken with no seasoning. You want that shit seasoned, bro. You want the better. The more the seasoning, the better. And the tow truck drivers is the same way. You want some
Yeah.
tats, maybe a face tat, a cigarette.
Oh yeah,
Hair ain't
he
done
was
right. You want all of it, man. All of
full
it.
tats, neck
Yes,
down,
yes.
but cool guy,
Oh yeah.
real nice
Oh
guy.
yeah. Yeah.
But it didn't matter how crazy how traffic was. He was able to back in, and within seconds he had the car on like towed, ready to go. Towed it to my mechanic. They told me that the battery was depleted, so there's a dead battery, which is weird because I've dealt with batteries. Usually I have to jump them a few times before I realize there's a get them
Yeah.
changed. I never had to jump this battery. It just like died.
That's weird. There was no corrosion around the cables.
I don't know anything about that. I just
Oh,
know I
then
know how to, I
listen.
know I had to pay for a new battery. I had to spend several $100s on a day I didn't expect
Hannibal,
it.
bro, let me tell you something. I don't know a lot about cars,
Shit,
but
me
there
neither.
are a few things you can do a quick YouTube search on and learn a lot, and it will save you a lot of time and agony. Trust me, cars are one of those things like we take them for granted. We just want them to turn on, right? We want the ignition to turn on. We want
Yes.
but like you got to be able to do a few things like troubleshoot in order to save yourself money
The
down
few
the line.
things I can do is change bulbs.
What do you mean bulbs? Like a light
Like
bulb,
if the turning light or the brake
bro,
lights, I
bro,
can
bro.
change that. What else?
My 2-year-old can do that. What are you talking about? Give me something else. What else you got? Is that it? Is that it?
I could pay the insurance. It's very
Let me
expensive.
ask you a question. And I love you like a brother. Like
I
I,
can't
I
change the oil. I cannot
no no
change the
no
oil.
no
Be the
no no
nice guy.
no
Okay.
no. Let me finish. I love you like a
Okay.
brother. I will do anything for you. Can you change a tire, a flat tire?
I could if I wanted to.
Oh no! Oh no!
I
That
do.
tells
I
me
have
everything I
I
need to know, bro.
have
Hold on, hold on.
I no have
Oh
I no. I have not
damn!
changed a tire. No.
That's wild to me. Like
Yeah.
everybody should be able, in my opinion, to change a tire because at some point in your life, you're gonna have to do that at least 3 times. At least 3 times. So you should be
Yeah.
able to do that. You gotta
I
you gotta.
should.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's no there's shame. There's shame in my
You
voice
should
right now.
feel a little shame, a
I
little bit.
but
Yeah.
I
So,
just get someone to do it. So I just is how I
well, not
listen.
everybody has that stacks like you with the Rover
Listen,
money. Like, not everybody is
I
lucky as you, bro. So the average human being needs to be able to change their
they
tire. They don't
should.
have the
Yeah.
fancy insurance and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
I'm a yuppie, man. I know if people look at me and just think, I'm from the hood and through my tough exterior, but I am a yuppie as hell. I get my groceries delivered.
you do, you do.
If I was able to get my laundry delivered, I would, but I have a washer and dryer at home. But
Oh,
it's I know I'm not all man. I'm a man. I'm a man in the other more important aspects. But like at home, my chick puts up like in terms of IKEA furniture. Like you do all the IKEA furniture and put. I don't do that.
what?
I don't do it.
Oh
No.
Lord, Hannibal, bro.
This is what happens.
Oh,
Something opens up. All these boards and nails and letters on the boards. I get overwhelmed. I get a panic attack, and then she puts it together. And all I do is hold stuff, or
yeah, yeah,
I'm the muscle.
bro.
She's the
We're
brain.
learning so much about you right now on this podcast. I didn't know
Well,
these
listen.
things about you.
I mean, I'm here
Yeah, I
to
didn't know.
expose. I'm exposing myself, and
Yeah.
hopefully, you still be, my friend after all this. But
TBD, TBD, but TBD at this point. Listen, no, I feel you though. Let me be honest. I feel you on that like furniture stuff, and I don't like doing it, but I've done a lot of it. We got a house. I put together things I didn't want to put together, right? And there are definitely times I've chucked stuff across the room, been frustrated, like the
Yeah, I
instructions
want to
don't
do that.
work. And
I rather
I,
pay someone to
yeah.
do that. Like, so my
See, I've done that
impatience is
too.
what's bothering me.
I've done that too. I've gone on the Thumbtack app and like hired people to put stuff together for me. But there
Yeah.
are some things I know I need to just do because it's like a matter of like, okay, I need to get a little patience and learn some patience.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I agree
and
with
I
Marion. Yeah,
always feel
I
really
would. Yeah,
accomplished actually. Like, so our 2-year-old, we just got her a new bedroom set,
and she
like a
could change a
new.
tire according to Pedro.
She could, yes, she actually helped me. Yeah, she could. Yeah, yeah. So shout out to Ruby. Okay. So I just, we redid her bedroom, so there was like a frame of like a bed, a big like twin bed we had to I put together, and things on a wall and a dresser and a bookcase. I did all of it, and I thought about going to that Thumbtack app, and it would have been maybe $250. My best, to have somebody do it for me, right? But I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? Sometimes I'm real cheap, and other times I don't mind spending money. But I was like, nah, I want to do this. I'm gonna do it on Sunday. Take me a couple hours, no big deal. And I did it, and I felt good about it. So, listen, you need to learn how to change a tire, and you should learn how to like change a battery. Like that should be your goal for this like summertime, for real. You should learn that. It'll
We'll
save you
see. I
time,
mean,
and it'll
I
save you.
asked you wouldn't help me with the swimming, so I don't know how you're gonna help me with the car.
No, no, no. I'm not helping a grown ass man learn how to swim. Sorry, sorry.
Oh,
No,
but you'll
I
help
can't do
me.
that.
But you'll help a grown ass man
What am
learn
I?
how to
What am
change
I
a
supposed to
tire.
do? Like hold you in the pool?
Yeah,
Like, all
yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah.
move your arms, kick
Dude,
your
don't
feet.
make it weird. You're making it weird. We're two grown heterosexual men. You're gonna be holding me. No big deal, bro. Like,
I'm
why you
good.
acting like
Sorry,
it's something? You know what? Whatever.
I'm out.
I'll
I'm
just
out.
drown.
I'm out. Yep, yep.
uh,
You'll drown.
so yeah, so that's the part of the household. She puts stuff together. I think I'm impatient, and if shit ain't connecting quickly enough for me, I'm like, oh fuck, I ain't got time for this. But if it's something I actually like to do, like something like editing a video, and I don't know how to do something, I will spend time to figure it out.
Yeah.
In terms of house, I'm like, water bug mouse duty. So if my girl sees a mouse, she's going to leave everyone.
Mm,
Son, she's out. She's gonna leave
mm,
the room. I gotta go kill the bug. So like
mm-hmm.
that's me. I'm brute strength, uh, kill bugs,
That's funny.
and like so we all have our roles, and we both cook,
Yeah, yeah.
and we both do.
Roles are important. We've talked about that. Roles in a
Yeah,
relationship, I think, are undervalued, and they are super important. And knowing your role and what you're good at and what your partner wants to do, like that's super important. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah. Cliff Dog said, "Do I like working on cars? Fuck no, but I like saving money." Yeah,
Oh,
and those labor fees, yeah, and I see the bill,
crazy.
and I have a really great mechanic. He takes care of me. He's from the islands as well. But yeah, changing I could probably change the battery, but I didn't know at the time. I didn't know what it was because
Yeah.
nothing was happening, nothing was working.
That sucks, man.
But I should try to learn some basic stuff. And YouTube has worked. I mean, even when changing some of the bulbs and stuff like that,
Hmm.
I learned
Hmm.
from YouTube. I didn't go somewhere. And it's simple. They make it for you. I have the drill and the bits in the home, so I have some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, we all have our roles, and yeah. So I'm ashamed, but it is
That
what it is.
sucks though. I've had. Let's see. I had so my car probably a couple of months ago. Yeah, it wasn't starting. It was a battery issue, but then I also know I needed some work, and you take it in. But like, there's some things you shouldn't do because you should want a mechanic, a licensed professional to take care of it. But minor thing, little things, it's easy to learn. It'll save you a couple $100 here and there. It's super important in my opinion. So
Yeah, yeah. Cliff Dog is. He said he may make a new few videos on how to do basic car maintenance. Absolutely do that. I think if you're trying to do the YouTube thing, car, car
how
stuff,
to,
people
yeah,
constantly search. You're gonna get tons of search traffic because everyone needs to find a problem. Because the first thing we do is go on YouTube. Even when I have you see the wrench, or you see something like, okay, all right, what does it exactly mean? Is it something I can do myself? Can I take it to someone? Most likely, I'll just take it to somebody. But those things are always necessary. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Old information, cars are always changing, blah, blah, blah. So it's always a good thing. But enough about my car trouble. Let's talk about Pedro's trouble with his team. Which
Oh, here
it's
we go.
funny. I keep calling your team as if
I know.
first you the
Listen,
Lakers was your team. Now it's the Celtics. I don't know
I,
what's your team.
I,
The
I
Bulls, right?
need to. Okay, hold on. Stop. I want to get something clear for the people watching this show. Okay, this is a basketball show. We've been talking a lot of basketball because it's the season. It's fun.
Yeah.
Hip hop, various things. I am a Chicago Bulls fan.
Okay.
Okay, I probably have not done enough talking about
You
the
don't
Bulls.
talk about them.
Well, because they're not relevant right now. We talk NBA, we talk relevancy, we talk hot topics, and the Bulls are not relevant.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's like
but
Lonzo Ball may not be able to play again.
yeah,
Oh, you
who
don't care
cares?
about him.
No, don't.
All right.
I'm a
Fair enough.
Bulls fan. I'm a Cubs fan. I'm a Bears fan. I'm a Blackhawks fan. I was born in Chicago. I lived in Chicago for many years as a kid. I go back there. I got family there. I am a Chicago sports fan. I enjoy NBA for certain players. So I do enjoy watching LeBron play. I like the legacy aspect, the greatness of LeBron. I enjoy that, right? I enjoy watching Jason Tatum play from the Celtics. He's from Chaminade. I shared a gym with this man. He was shooting a basketball hoop. He was shooting a basket in the same gym I was shooting a basket. I didn't meet the guy, I didn't shake his hand, didn't talk to him, but he's from Chaminade High School. There was a clinic there I was a part of, and he came to it. So I'm a big Jason Tatum fan, big Bradley Beal fan. He was also from Chaminade, St. Louis. So I enjoy certain players, but I am not a Lakers fan. I'm not a Boston Celtics fan. But I did pick those two teams to make it to the finals, and clearly I was 0 for 2 in those pickings. But
Yeah,
Jimmy
you were.
Butler, Jimmy Butler did his thing. I was
Yeah.
surprised the Celtics laid an egg the other day. That was an embarrassing show of basketball. Really, really, really poor. It was really hard to watch actually. So
Before we jump into that game, there's very important information from Hector. Knicks are better than the Bulls. Yes, that's a fact. There's no disputing that. Pedro.
okay, hold on, stop. Can we put up Marion's? Yes, my fellow Bulls fan. Can we put her? Thank you.
Well, Pedro, you could talk about your team even if they're not relevant. I mean, they had some good performances. They have some good players in the team. I mean, you got
Yes, yes.
DeRozan. You act like he's,
DeRozan, yes.
and that's DeRozan. And
I like DeRozan. DeRozan's just as good as Jimmy Butler. He's just not on.
who would you take? Who would you take?
That's really close. They're very comparable in my opinion. Hold up.
Season.
We got a little toddler break. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I got Tyler.
Yeah,
You gotta say good night.
Say
to the baby.
hello. Say hi to the little baby. Are you saying hi? Wave again.
He
Go
said
ahead.
hi. He waving.
That's Hannibal. That's Hannibal.
Hey,
Okay, kissy. Bye. Good night.
she getting big, man.
That's bro, you have no idea, man. That's a whole nother podcast we could do about
Well, yeah.
fatherhood and
We'll
kids.
we'll do a dad podcast.
It's crazy. So, but DeRozan and Jimmy Butler, that's close, man, because their stats are very comparable. I think Jimmy Butler gets a lot more publicity because he's in the playoffs, as he should get.
Right.
But DeRozan's just as good as Jimmy Butler. I don't think a lot of people that really know basketball should really debate that much.
So,
He's
but
good.
okay, so you
Yeah.
wouldn't. So you're it's like even. You
It's
went to
pretty
one or
even
the
in
other.
my opinion. Yes, it is. Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, DeRozan just had the ability to really show what happens in the playoffs because Jimmy Butler's play. He's one of those few players. It reminds me of like the Reggie Miller, where playoffs come and they just start playing like way better, like
Yeah.
the next level compared to like I don't know if they're bored during the season and like DeRozan was dropping. I think he probably had a 50-point game. I'm sure he had.
Oh, he's had
this season.
several
He was-
50-point games.
Yeah, so like he balls, but unfortunately, when you go into playoffs and your team didn't make it, but there's actually some more comparisons we're going to talk about. But so I threw some bets on for the Miami Heat game, lost all of them because I was too greedy, putting in too many different scenarios. They
you were
had-
you were super
yeah, I was-
greedy. The
I was
one you
being
sent
stupid.
me that was
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I forgot. I showed it to Nova Dasher as well. I should have just went with a spread. I thought they had Miami plus
Eight and
seven,
a
like
half,
8.
so,
I'm like,
yeah. Mhm.
and I understand their point. Usually, what happens sometimes, or it seems like probably more times than not, the 7th game, someone gets blown out.
Mhm.
Like so it's gonna be a blowout. But I'm like, nah, it's gonna be a classic. Because the 6th game was a classic. I'm like, nah, it's gonna be a hard nose. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be, and I don't think Miami was going to get beat by 8 points. So I should just went with that. But then I started getting fancy. I was like, oh, Jason Tatum's gonna hit 30, and then Jimmy's gonna hit 30, and then went like it was stupid. It was
You
stupid.
were
I could've just went
chasing.
straight.
You wanted to get a little stack. You
I was trying to
chased
get
the
some money. Yeah,
You
I
chase
wanna
the
make
money, and when you
Yeah.
gamble in that fashion, typically you're gonna lose.
parlay bets are a
Parlay
scam.
bets are very, very, very hard to hit. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Mary has a question. Do you feel Jimmy Butler became better after he left the
Oh
Bulls?
yeah, I do. Oh, absolutely. I think.
I feel like that was so long ago. I forgot he'd been in like two. He went to Wolves and he went to 76ers and then he went to Miami.
76ers. Yeah.
It's interesting how he's been passed around, man,
Mhm.
for lack of a better term. But I like he had a I was watching a video and they were at the press conference. He was asking about the role players and how they contribute. And he said, I don't call them role players, I call them my teammates. And I was like, that's a really nice,
Yeah.
it was small, subtle, but it shows his mindset because he's hard to play with, right? That's the running thing. He's a little bit too hard
That was
headed. He
that
gives
was
a
a
fight.
narrative, but I think he needed to fit. The Heat have a culture, man. Pat Riley and Spoelstra, they're winners.
Yeah,
Pat Riley's been a part of 25%
that's
of the
amazing. Yeah, I
NBA
saw that.
Finals, and that to me, when I heard that, I
As a
was like,
player,
"That's
coach,
25%. That's crazy."
took the Knicks
They have
one
a culture
time.
over there. Yeah,
He took the
he took.
he
Yeah, he
took
did.
the
He
Knicks
did.
one time, and was it
Yeah,
'94? And then he got beat by the Rockets.
yeah,
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He
for
knows what
sure.
he's doing. I don't know what it is. He just finds this work. I know it's probably more like grind. Like they weren't a favorite to do anything. They were the eighth seed. They didn't play all that well, and they were able to go to the finals without Tyler Hero. And then people kind of forget Tyler Hero
And
was a pretty good player.
Victor Oladipo. Victor
Yeah.
Oladipo is a good player too. So
Uh,
Tyler Hero, I believe, is slated to play in the second or third game of the finals. So we're going to see him in these finals.
yeah.
But I don't know. I think for me, Caleb Martin has had a great series.
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
coming of he's coming of age. He's the guy that is basically taking Tyler Hero's minutes. And you can't expect Tyler Hero to come in and play as good as Caleb Martin. So for me, Tyler Hero is going to be a great person to come off the bench or, spot you some minutes. He's going to, extra 3-point shooter. All those things are fantastic. But I don't feel like he's going to be like the game changer, right? Because he's going to have to take minutes away from somebody else. But a lot of the other guys are playing really well. So it's going to be interesting to see how they use him when he comes
Yeah,
back.
I think Tyler definitely should not start. No, he like you said, he
Nah,
may come off the bench. 'Cause I know like Tyler Hero, he scored 20 points a game
yeah,
during the season, so the dude can play. He can ball. They're definitely going to need that boost because
yeah,
if the Nuggets start throwing threes around and start hitting, then it's not going to go well. But
yeah.
Caleb Martin definitely was a breakout performance when you think about it. He was undrafted. He was averaging 5 points per game, and then during the playoff run, 14 points, six rebounds a game, shooting 44% from 3 point. Like the dude was balling. I mean, they needed him, or they wouldn't have made it. So, um,
Some people. So he almost won the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals.
yeah,
There
some
was
people thought
five for
they
Jimmy,
should have
four
given it
for
to him.
Caleb. Yeah, like
Yeah,
Jimmy only outvoted, only gained one more vote. So I didn't think that. I thought Jimmy Butler was the MVP. That's me. I thought Jimmy Butler did more on both ends of the floor, and he, you know, emotionally and leadership wise carried that team. But Caleb Martin, yeah, he kind of came out of nowhere. It's kind of
yeah.
surprising to me, but
So right now, the big favorite is the Nuggets. Josh B says, it's going to be 6 games.
I think so.
Hector saying they're going to get swept.
Ooh, I don't know about
Um,
that.
I don't know either. We I think the Heat has been have been underrated for a minute, but I mean the chances. I mean it's going to be obviously Joker. I mean he's averaging 30 points this playoff season, or at least for the past 6 games. 30
Mhm.
points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, one steal in these 15
Let me
playoff
ask you this: do you think so? The Nuggets are going to be off for like 9 or 10 days.
10
10,
days.
10 days.
10
The
days.
last time they played was last Monday, right? So
They're
10
chilling.
days. Some people think that there's a late, like having that much time off kind of gets you like too relaxed, and the Heat or have momentum, they're ready. So who knows what happens in game one? I have no idea. I'm not gonna make predictions because I've been wrong, but
Oh
I'm
come
not gonna
on.
be I'm not gonna be surprised either way. I could see the
The
Heat winning game one. I could
the
see it.
Nuggets are an 8.5 favorite in this first game, 9 on FanDuel. Would you take the Heat for the spread, at least the spread? Do you think? Because
Uh,
it's possible if there's one game that you would bet the
it's the
Heat to
first one,
win would be the
probably.
first one.
Yes, I agree
So
with that.
would you at least take the? Should I bet? Should I bet? Should I bet? Should I bet
No,
this?
no, no. Save your money, Hannibal. You got car problems, bro. Save your money, man.
That is true. But get a better car. I can go crazy. I
Yeah,
think
you could do
that's
like a 10 thing parlay and like bet 100 to win like 100,000. It's possible, but you're probably gonna lose $100. So
yeah. But the Nuggets did sweep the Lakers.
they did. Yeah, that was
Now, are you
surprising.
saying like, and
Yeah,
is the Lakers better than the Heat?
I think so overall, but I think the Heat right now. There are teams that just get on a little bit of a run, and Jimmy Butler. I'm telling you right now, without knowing each player individually, Jimmy Butler wants this more than any other player.
Yes.
He wants it. You know, Bam Adebayo tried to hand him the trophy. He's like, I'm good. Nope, nope. He's not satisfied at all.
Yeah.
So for me, you know, and he predicted this would happen last year when they lost to Boston in Game 7. He says, we'll be back here. We'll be back. And that's exactly what he thought would happen, happened. And I think he's, you know, for me, Joker is the best player, hands down, not even close. If you want to pick one guy out of both teams, that's the guy I want on my team, right? But Jimmy Butler has that it factor. He has something that is just a little different about him.
He's been through hell, man. Like you hear his life story.
Yeah, homeless. His mom kicked him out when he was in high school.
Yeah.
I mean,
so like none of this bothers him. Even the sixth game, this game 6, when he was able to get that foul, the 3-point,
3 free throws in a row. That's
which
crazy,
was
man. That's crazy.
I don't know if he shot the ball, but all right, cool. It looked like he was trying to shoot it. He was cold, like it was cool, calm, hit those 3 easy. I don't think none of them hit the rim. I don't think so. Like it was the man been through so much. This is nothing to him. You know what I mean? Like this is just basketball. So I am a big fan of Jimmy Butler. I hope I agree with Miriam. I hope it's not a sweep. I hope it's going to be competitive. I may bet on the first game. I'll keep it easy.
We want 7 games. Who doesn't want? I want 7 games. I don't want a sweep. I don't want 5. I want 7 games. I want drama. We have to remember a couple years back, Marquise Morris or whatever, one of the Morris brothers, did something to Joker. Joker came back at him, shoved him. The Miami Heat with Kyle Lowry, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, okay, went to the tunnel where the Nuggets locker room entrance was and stood outside because they wanted to confront the Nuggets team.
Yeah,
that was in recent history, 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of history there, right? So
yeah, unfortunately, Morris is not on the team.
He's not, but it's going to be a story.
But also, like, I don't know, Joker's scared of nobody, man. They're from the Europe, man. They don't. They don't. Yeah, they don't do anything over there. But Hector had a good comment. I think I talked about this maybe an episode or 2 ago about the coach. He says the Celtics are a terrible coach team run by 2 superstars and no point guard, and he almost blew the series. And he says the Nuggets are the best coach team in the NBA.
Ooh, Hector comes in. You know what I like about Hector? Our friend, our
he likes the Knicks. I like that.
He dropped some fucking hot takes. Okay,
there's a hot take. You think
the Nuggets are the best coach?
No, all right. Let's go to the first part. Do you think if Mr. Horny was coaching that team, would they have even got to that point? I don't think so. I think the Heat would have lost if that got, because what's the difference? What changed? What changed? Or you think it didn't matter who the coach was?
No,
Jaylen Brown and Tatum should have pulled through.
I in watching that game, because I watched the whole game, I saw Tatum hurt his ankle.
He hurt. That's no excuse. His injury. It's bad
roll
luck.
of the ankle. Okay, and he did not do anything offensively.
He couldn't.
Okay, he couldn't. But he stayed out there because he's a competitor, right? And he wanted to be out there, right? And they didn't have another option to really pull off the bench that could really help. So, that was really a big deciding factor in that Game 7, because he did nothing offensively. He was not. And defensively, he's guarding Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin had a great game. So when your ankle is like that and you don't have confidence in stepping one way or the other and you lose a half second in response time, he got burned defensively. And Tatum's not a horrible defender. He's usually he's solid, right? So for me, that, it's not the coaching, it's the players, man. I don't think, Eric Spoelstra is one of the best coaches in the NBA. Some people think Eric Spoelstra is the best coach in the NBA. And he almost lost 4 games in a row. He got to the point where he lost 3 games in a row after being up 3-0. So let's say he loses and Tatum doesn't get hurt. Eric Spoelstra's then what? He's a horrible coach all of a sudden? No, he's still a good coach.
I think Spo got more respect after LeBron left. Because when LeBron was there, you assumed that he wasn't doing much. But then you show when he was able to grind these kind of games, he must be a good coach. Because, how many times I saw on the sideline him even fighting with Jimmy Butler a year ago. And he was able to, I guess, put his ego down and say, I'm going to still work with this kid because he has a lot of fire in him. I remember that argument, him and Haslam, Donis about to fight each other on the court at the bench. So I definitely think that Spo, he could be. He definitely is. I think he's. I don't know a lot about the Nuggets coach, to be honest. I mean, Nuggets been a really good team for a few years now, so it could be. I think it's a wash in terms of that. But a coach from the coach, I forgot the name. The coach from the Celtics, never been there. He kind of got thrown in because of the situation that happened.
He did the best he
It's
could.
possible
I
that
thought he
maybe there's some adjustments he could have done, but also with Hector saying no true point guard, they never figured that out. But is that the coach's fault or the GM fault? Like it's a little bit
yeah,
more. I guess there's more nuance is what you're probably saying.
yeah.
So I understand about that.
When Malcolm Brogdon, the sixth man of the year for the entire NBA, was hurt. He played significantly less minutes in the last few games, right? And he's a sixth man of the year coming
Yeah.
in to spell White and or Marcus Smart at the point guard position. So and he didn't play anything.
Yeah.
He played no significant minutes, had no significant role in the last two games. So especially last game. So I don't even think he scored a point in the seventh game, and he's the sixth man of the year. So I think the Celtics had a couple disadvantages, and the Tatum rolling his ankle was a big deal. And I figured he'd play, and I thought he'd play better, but when you don't have confidence in being able to use your body, it's not what you can do. And I think he didn't have it. So
Yeah. But we got the game. We got the obviously the Nuggets are a heavy favorite. They got Joker. Jamal Murray. We haven't talked about him. He averaged 32 points per game during the sweep of the Lakers. The guy was just shoot. He was balling out of his mind.
yeah, it's crazy.
Joker's the MVP odds favorite. Yeah. So a lot of people. Some people saying it's going to be at least 6 games, 7 games. I haven't heard a lot of sweep. I think we saw how dominant they are with the Lakers, but I mean, apparently LeBron was playing with a broken something or a torn something. Like, so I mean, again, I hate when they do that. All like, tell us when it happened. Like, whatever. So the Lakers were definitely hampered by that. So yeah, on paper it looks like Nuggets going to sweep, but I think the first game, if the Heat, this is the game that they need to run them out. Like, hey, listen, you guys been practicing. It's not the same as real game. You're not in game shape. You guys been chilling. You're probably thinking you have no chance. It's just Jimmy Butler and Bam. Now is Martin there too. If they can go in, and they've shown they can go into, away, like go in home at the other home and take a game. Game one would be it.
Yeah, and we talk about Joker and Jimmy, but Jamal Murray,
yeah,
that dude's a bucket. He had a great series versus the Lakers, right? He was really the difference because Joker, when you're on the level of a Joker, he's going to get his points. Doesn't matter. He's kind of like a LeBron and a KD. You can't stop him. He's a Steph Curry. He's going to get his average. He's going to put up big numbers every game. Like, you can't do much about. You can't really plan for an all-time great like that, right? But Jamal Murray, I mean, who's going to guard Jamal Murray? I mean, he does pretty much what he wants. So I think the Nuggets should win this series, but game one, like you're saying, is going to be big for the Heat to even have any kind of chance. They got to win.
And hopefully maybe the defense. I know the Heat do a lot of the zone defense. Problem is, when you got great shooters, that kind of destroys the zone. So maybe they start missing, or maybe Joker don't have that range. It can kind of disrupt some things. So yeah, if they're rusty in the first game, I think the Heat can pull it. And I'm going to bet just a spread. No totals or no parlay. Just
what's your bet?
I'm going to bet that
the Heat
covers the spread.
And it's 9, or is it 8.5 or 9? What is it right now?
It's 8.5, but FanDuel has 9. I guess everyone else has 8.5. I think that's a good.
Nine's a lot.
So basically, they getting blown out or close to, like, the team has been outmatched. They don't belong in the same court. I don't know. I think it'd be a closer game than that.
NBA is weird though. You could be up like 16-20 the entirety of the majority of the game, right? In the last 2 minutes, guys come in and hit a couple threes, and that goes down from 16 to like 8. And
absolutely,
the NBA is weird like that when it comes to point spreads. Very, very difficult to cover.
Yeah. But talking about Joker, I don't know if you saw this, but it popped up. I want to talk about it. So Dwight Howard, he's not playing in the NBA anymore. He's in, I think, in a league in Taiwan or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is where he can't get on, because I remember he helped the Lakers win a championship 3 years ago. But I guess he's just too old now. Whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is. He was on, I think it was on a podcast. He was talking to someone, and he said that in his prime, he would be able to,
Yeah.
like he said, he said he prefers himself over the Joker in his
Yeah.
prime. Now we all forget how dominant Dwight Howard. The dude was big, fast, jumped as high as everyone could be.
Hmm.
Defense, you couldn't get
Hmm.
anything past him. He was like a freak of nature. He was supposed to be Shaq. And I don't know if the love of the game. I don't know if he loved the game as much as Shaq, or he's. I think he's more too sensitive. I think he was a sensitive guy. But prime Dwight Howard. If prime Dwight Howard was playing Joker, do you think who would win that matchup?
Well, that's tough because Dwight Howard was fantastic defensively.
Yes.
Multiple defensive player of the years, great shot blocker. Offensively, he had a deficit. He was not a great offensive player.
True.
He wasn't. He had a lot of dunks and putbacks, and great rebounder, great defensive player.
Yeah.
But so you put a great defensive player, one of the best in the last 20 years, Dwight Howard, against one of the best offensive players. Joker's a fantastic defensive player, or offensive, passing, shooting, very skilled. That's tough. Some battles are going to be won by Dwight, some will be won by Joker. But for Dwight Howard, he just wants attention. For him to say,
Well, I'm sure someone may. You know how it works. You know how people set some of these players up with a question. I have to
sure,
probably look
yeah,
at it, but he could have just said, "I don't know." He's great. He could have removed himself. You know how
yeah.
sometimes like
I don't think Dwight Howard's ever won an NBA MVP. NBA MVP is he MVP of the league? I don't think so.
maybe who or the time he took a team that had no business going to the finals, he
To the
probably should
finals.
have won it then. Yeah, he took the Magic to the finals once.
Maybe. Yeah,
I
they
think
lost to the Kobe Bryant, LA
yeah,
Lakers,
like maybe
2009. Yeah,
something. Yeah,
yeah.
he took you basically. I mean, maybe then because without him, they wouldn't maybe go to the finals. So he probably had at least one somewhat a
So
season.
he had 1 year where he was in the running.
I would
Joker's
say
had
so.
4 years he's been in the
Yes,
running. So
but according to
two that he
certain,
won, one that he won second place. So
but
yeah, I don't.
the
To me, it's
reason
not even.
why, according to certain people, is because he's white. So we got to factor that in.
Yeah, I ain't talking that. No,
Kendrick Perkins.
we're not doing that. Fuck Kendrick
He's
Perkins.
like,
Yeah,
what? That's the
yeah,
reason.
yeah.
Like, really?
That's
Listen,
ridiculous.
I've seen enough him playing. That's not the reason.
Listen, Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard is a Hall of Famer. He's won a couple of gold medals. He's great player,
NBA
multiple
champion,
NBA champion.
and he
But
helped. I mean, he was on the
he
bench, but
helped. He helped.
he
Yes,
was
yes.
helping. Yeah.
But he wasn't an NBA champion as a key player. And to
No.
me, there's a little bit of a difference there, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely a Hall of Famer. He's not one of the best 70. I don't think he made the top 75, right?
I
I
feel
think
like he should have though.
I feel like, yeah, I do agree with that. There's some old guys that
Like,
you just put them in because they're
just push him
old,
back
whatever.
out. Yeah, they're old.
But
Like,
yeah,
or
but he's not going to have a better career than Nikola Joe. No, Joker's a better player. If I'm starting a team,
Yeah.
do I want prime Dwight Howard? Do I want prime Joker? I'll take prime Joker, honestly.
Well, yeah, because the passing and the
And
scoring.
everything. He's
But
more.
Joker is not a good defensive player though.
He's not. He's not.
Yeah.
He's
But
not.
yeah, I guess you're taking one. You're taking one another. I think the fact that Joker could do so much more
He can't.
to control the game rather than dunking or blocking. Whether Dwight, like Cliff says, Joker would eat him alive. I don't know if he's gonna eat Dwight Howard alive.
Well, I'll say this: Dwight
may-
Howard was good defensively at the rim. Joker does a lot of his stuff at the top of the key,
right.
offensively, passing, shooting. So yeah, I don't think Dwight Howard's gonna be able to control Joker at the top of that key in the pick and roll. So I
Yeah.
think that's a valid comment, actually.
Yeah. But Dwight Howard has some athleticism. It wasn't slow. Like maybe he can keep up a little bit. But yeah.
He's not going to get clowned. I mean, he's a good
No.
player,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's not. I don't think he's better.
Yeah. What's up, boss? Up. He said heat nuggets sound like something like kids do in a microwave. Yeah, kids. These kids, nuggets, cheese, fried stuff. That's what they eat.
Listen, I agree with this. We deserve LeBron versus Celtics.
So this
Okay,
is a
that's
comment.
That's what I thought was going to happen. That's what I wanted. I wanted Lakers Boston. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that in the NBA. I mean, think about the last time the Celtics and Lakers played, 2008, right? And then they played again in 2010. They went to Game 7. Kobe had like 1,000 rebounds. It was fantastic for the NBA. I wanted the same thing. I think we're getting a watered down Nuggets Heat. I'm not mad about it, but it's not the same. I agree with that 100%.
Oh
Not the
yeah,
same.
that's it. It kind of
Not the same.
comes into this question: who's going to watch this?
Not a lot of
If
people.
you're not into
Yeah.
basketball, are
Yeah.
you
You're
watching
right.
this?
No. I
Um,
will. We will.
of course, yeah,
But the
but
average
like,
fan, absolutely. Outside of Miami and Denver, no, because the unfortunately the star power is not there.
yeah,
The overall market share is not there, and yeah, man, the ratings are going to be not that great for this NBA Finals.
yeah, I would, yeah, I think we were, I think we all would have loved the Celtics and the Lakers. I mean, like I said, the classic, they got the star power,
Hmm.
the market, the East Coast with the Celtics, obviously, LA. Yeah, we and it's not like it's going to be a bad series. Hopefully, it's not a sweep. I know some. I think a lot of it is how effective the Nuggets were against the Lakers. So it's
Yeah,
like if they beat the Lakers like that, then they're gonna beat
yeah,
the Heat. Like it don't work. It don't translate that way. Sometimes I'll say most of the time it doesn't translate that way. But I hope it's a competitive series. Yeah,
me
I'm
too.
definitely
Me
gonna
too.
think Nuggets. Probably I'll say 6 games.
Yeah,
Heat had a lot of pride, man. They could have folded. They could have said, "Hey, listen, we with 8 seed, yeah, we went up 3, but whatever, things went wrong. One of our key players got hurt." No, they pulled out, and I think a lot of people thought that the Celtics were going to make this work, like they was going to win 4 in a row, and it's hard to win 4 in a row because you lost 3 in a row. You have demonstrated that you can't do this 3 in a row, so you can do it 4 in a row on the other end. I mean, that's highly unlikely, and that streak keeps going. So, Marion has a question for you.
no, I'm gonna answer it right now. I'm putting MJ. Listen, she's asking rookie MJ, rookie Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was on another level athletically, but MJ was a really good defender. So I'm gonna go with MJ because he could defend better than Derrick Rose.
When
So
did he win? When did he win Defensive Player again? MJ.
MJ, 88 or 89.
Also, it
Yeah.
was a few years after. Okay, after
Yes.
he.
Yeah.
Okay,
It wasn't in his rookie year. It was like maybe 3 years in, I believe. Yeah.
yeah.
3 or 4 years in.
And
Yeah.
MJ obviously, we both agree greatest of all time. But when again, there's a good clip on. I always keep getting this clip on my YouTube Shorts of him talking about the greatest of all time, and
Mm-hmm.
he really, I'm sure he believes he is, but he was saying that like a really diplomatic answer. He was saying,
Yeah.
I didn't play with Jerry West. I didn't play with Wilt Chamberlain. You know,
Mm-hmm.
how is going to, you really can't compare it because they have tools, there's resources that they didn't have, I have now, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, Derrick Rose or even LeBron. Like it's hard to kind of put those together, but we all know the answer is MJ. It doesn't matter what you
It's
talk about.
because it's his mentality.
Yeah.
If MJ came into the league the same time Steph Curry did and LeBron and Kobe, whatever era, whatever 5 or 6 year gap you want to put him in, yeah, the 3 point shot's more relevant than it's ever been. He would have developed a 3 point shot.
Yeah, he
He would
eventually
he
he
would
was
have
able to, yeah.
and he
Even
was
Kobe too. Like
he would
they,
have developed that. But MJ's on record saying, "Yeah, I didn't love the 3 point shot because people just stand out there waiting for the three. Like MJ's game was drive and dish, drive and dish. I want a high percentage shot. Today's game is very different. MJ would have developed a 3 point shot, and if anything, instead of him scoring 30 points a game, he's scoring 34. So for me, it's like it's his mentality and his work ethic that separate him from most
yeah.
other people. So
And he was he was psycho.
he's psycho.
So it was like a level of I'm going to run through this. I don't really want to be your friend.
And
And a lot
Kobe's
of
the
those,
same way. Kobe Bryant was the same way. He was
yeah.
built very different, very similar to Michael Jordan, in
And I
my
think
opinion.
maybe that's the knock on LeBron, where we feel like LeBron had the potential to be he had it. I mean, he went through all the finals. If he won all those finals, there would be no question. If he won
Mm.
all the finals he'd been in, he's like Tom Brady type stuff. Like, will anyone in NFL win as many rings as Tom Brady? I don't
Probably
know.
not.
Probably
If
not, right?
LeBron James is what he's been to what 10 or 11 final. If
Something
LeBron
ridiculous.
James has 10 championships, he is the GOAT without question. There's
Yes.
not even you can't deny that, right?
Yes.
But that hasn't happened. But if it did, yeah, I would clearly I probably have a LeBron thing behind me
And
wherever
he
that's
still
at.
won, like you said. You say top
But,
three. I don't. Yeah, who
oh
can?
yeah, I
Yeah, I
don't
can't
argue.
complain about it.
Yeah,
That's not
no,
wrong with top three. Shit,
no,
like
nothing at
how
all.
many
Yeah,
players have played basketball ever? In your top three, that's pretty good.
I think it's
Um,
pretty good. Yeah.
There's another one, and this one is more of this story is more of again Homer. That's his buddy. But I want I have to start out there. Robert Ory. I'm sure you know Big
Mm.
Shot Ory, which is like
Big shot,
he
Bob.
he just was in the right places at the right time, but he took those shots and he went in. And I don't know how many rings he got. 5, 6,
7.
like something ridiculous.
I
Like
think
he has a lot of
okay.
rings.
So he got 2 with the Rockets,
Was he
3
there the
with the
whole? He
Lakers.
was holding the whole time for 3, and he Spurs, right?
Robert Ory has 7 rings. Somebody fact check me. I want to say on record right now, Robert Ory has 7
Yeah,
championships.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's
I guess I could ask Chat GDP. Maybe I'll ask how many
okay.
rings.
Go ahead.
How,
7.
how many?
I'm gonna say 7. I feel pretty
That's
confident about that.
ridiculous.
He has 7, doesn't he? 7.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
7
So he's got 2 with the Rockets. He has 3 with the Lakers and
Lakers.
2 with the Spurs.
Damn. But it's not like he was just there. Dude was he
No, he had
big shot
good
Rob. They
in the
called.
Spurs too. The Spurs, he had big shots with the Rockets. He had one game and he was like 30 or something with the
Yeah.
Spurs and a big game. Yeah, he's had
My favorite shot, you know what it is. The Lakers playing the Kings,
the
and
Kings. Oh my
that
god.
ball, someone tapped that ball back to Rob, and he
Top of the
took that
key.
shot.
Yep.
And then his
Yeah.
face and the way he looked when he was scoring, I can
That
still
was
look at it
great.
right now. But anyway, he says some crazy shit. So he says, I don't know if it's crazy, but again, that's his dude. He said Akeem, and he did play with Shaq.
Mhm.
He favors Akeem over Shaq and Tim Duncan. Your thoughts?
It's tough. I mean, it's hard to argue that. Akeem Olajuwon to me is underrated in some regards. But if I had to pick between, that's tough. Duncan, I mean, he played with 3 of the all-time greats. Some
He said
people would have
Shaq.
those 3 in the top 10. Like Shaq is the most dominant ever. Tim Duncan is, I think his career from beginning to his rookie year to the end was the best out of all 3 because he
Does
was
he still
very
is he the only
consistent.
player that has like a quadruple whatever where he had like 2020? I think it was like
I know
some
David
crazy.
Robinson had one. I
Yeah,
don't know
David Robinson. Yeah,
David
that's what I'm
Robinson
talking about,
did. I don't. Yeah, that's tough to pick between those. If I had to pick a team, if I had to pick like a career, if you're going to give me one of those 3 guys for 15 years, I'll take Tim Duncan.
yeah.
If you want to give me one guy for 1 year, give me Shaq Diesel. For 1 year, give me prime Shaq Diesel. You know, if you want to give me one guy for like a 5-year stretch, I'll take Akeem. So I know that's a really weird way to answer that, but
Yeah.
I think that's a tough one because they're all really, really, really great. For a career, I'll take Duncan. 1 year, give me Shaq. For like a 5-year span, I'll take Akeem.
Yeah, Akeem scored more points than Tim Duncan in his career.
Oh, sure.
Akeem has 26,948. Tim Duncan has it's not a big difference.
It's pretty close,
26,004.
probably.
Um, I
Tim
think if you
Duncan
look
has
at it,
5 championships.
that's
Akeem
true.
has 2.
That's true, and he got him when MJ was not around.
Mhm.
But Akeem is skilled, man, and he can actually shoot free throws compared to Shaq that couldn't shoot his way out of. Shaq didn't seem to care about it. Like he tried to change the form. It just his hand's too big.
Yeah, but Shaq has 4 championships. Akeem has 2.
too. Yeah, but I'm guessing with Rob, and it's interesting because you can't say necessarily he's Homer. He played with Shaq, and he still said Akeem. So I don't know if it's just Akeem's skill. I mean, the
Well, he
guy
played with
behind the back skill. I
all
mean,
3. He played with all 3
yeah.
of them. Yeah.
So for him to say Akeem, I don't know if it's just a skill, like a one-on-one thing, like, or I don't know. It's interesting. It's just interesting that he
Who
put
do you
Akeem
like out
over.
of 3? If you had to pick one guy, who you take?
Shaq, probably, man.
I mean, he
Shaq
was
is
so he was
he's just too
dominant. He was too dominant, man.
Shaq in shape, focused.
Yeah,
He can dominate over those two. Skill,
absolutely.
I would say Akeem. I mean, I think the height and the abilities that he had. Tim Duncan, I still feel like he's a power forward. So it's interesting they have him. I know at this point positions don't matter, but back in the day when we watch basketball, positions matter. Yeah, the center, the tallest doofus there. He stayed, usually is behind, back to the basket type stuff.
Yeah,
and that's
what Tim Duncan was
at.
very good defensively too.
Yeah,
very good defensively, better than Shaq. Shaq never won Defensive Player of the Year. Shaq was offensive and he can get rebounds, and he was brute force.
Yeah,
right. When he was with the Magic and a little younger, a little smaller, he was leading the break and more skilled. But Akeem and Tim Duncan are superior defenders compared to Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. Shaquille was, I just felt like it was always effort and keeping in shape, man. Dude lived the fantastic life. Businessman, have all this, he has
Yeah.
video games. He was rapping. He's still rapping now, even though Pedro was hating on it a couple of episodes ago. Like he
Facts.
has so much going on. But sometimes we forget how great Akeem Olajuwon was. The dude was a beast, man.
He was absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, we got that going. What else? 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 I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I popped up. But no, man. So you don't want to you again. You say you're not making any picks for
Should
the
we just do
finals.
a bet together? Should we just go in on? Listen, let's try to get a bag. I'll put in some money. What do you want to do? Like you got an
Well,
idea?
I'm
What
only
are we
betting
doing?
the first game. I mean, that's it.
So what do we
That's
do?
all.
You betting just a point spread? We're gonna do a parlay, like a
Yeah,
three parlay?
no.
No?
Parlay is a
Oh,
scam,
okay.
man. Don't do it. I
Yeah.
wasted
Well,
all
okay.
my
So
money.
hold on. Let's look at this logically, though. So Joker's gonna have 30 points, right? And Jimmy Butler's gonna have 25, right? So is it a Joker 30 plus, Jimmy Butler 25 plus?
Yeah, did I bet?
My,
Yeah, I think
and the Heat cover. What is that? What does that win us?
I bet Jason Tatum to do 30, and he scored 6.
He got hurt though. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it's
could.
not
That's
gonna
what I'm
end.
saying. Anything can happen.
Yeah,
Joker can break his dick, and
true,
then that's it. So
true,
I
true.
gotta go with what more likely I think is going to happen, and I
Yeah,
think, and this may not happen.
you
Miami
think
may
the Heat are
get
gonna
blown
cover?
out.
You think the Heat are gonna cover?
He ain't going out like that. Come on,
Man,
eight
the
nine
Nuggets,
points. It's
Nuggets
probably
in
happen.
home.
I would know in
Mm.
the first 5 minutes if it's going to happen if Joker and Murray start hitting 3-pointers. Because
Yeah,
again,
see, I
if they
disagree.
play in zone and the zone's not working, because you beat the zone by shooting the ball really well, and if
Yeah,
they start throwing threes around, I'm going to lose my money.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
maybe I shouldn't. Again, maybe I should bet.
Both teams can kind of throw the three around. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be it's hard. That's why Vegas, man, whoever makes these money lines, like these guys are amazing. Like it's
it
wild
feels
how close they
somewhat
get a lot of the time.
corrupt to a point. Like, do they know what's going to happen before it happens? Like, that's why we feel like
Yeah,
some of this stuff is rigged. I don't know if you've seen there's a Netflix series called Bad Sport, and they were talking
I
about the
haven't.
college scandal. I forgot it was a Virginia Tech. I forgot the name of you guys in the chat. Remind me. And how and these guys got caught because they kept. First of all, they had 2 players on the team basically throwing games
Mm,
or covering spreads or saying, "Well, you guys you're supposed to destroy him, but don't destroy him. Win, but win at certain points."
yeah,
And they'll tell him the spread, but he would be conservative, so you'll tell him a little bit under, so so they can't f it up. I forgot these like NBA players or potential NBA players, and I forgot it happened in the '90s too,
that's
and,
crazy.
and they were just dumping in hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they got caught, and then some of them spend time in jail. So it's interesting about how corrupting gambling can be. But I feel like even now the players get paid so much money, but you never
Yeah,
know, man.
it'd
When
be really
they
hard, I think, in 2023 to infiltrate players in that way without it coming out, right?
yeah,
But 9 points is a lot, man. But it's so tough. I mean, I don't do the point spreads a lot, only because they're just it's so close, and I don't like watching a game and sweating. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I like
yeah,
to enjoy
yeah,
it, and I like
yeah.
I like the little the player parlays sometimes. Looking at like, okay, is Tatum going to score 25? Is this guy going to? I like that because I'll just watch the game and I'll just look at it at the end. I'll see
Yeah.
if but I'll just watch it. But the point thing, I feel like when I'm watching a game, I'm counting every bucket, and it doesn't make the experience enjoyable for
Well, that's
me.
why I don't
You know what I mean?
bet. First of all, I'm not betting to pay my bills, right? Like I'm not.
Oh, sure.
So like
Yeah.
if I bet $20
Then
or
it's
even
$20.
it's
Yeah, you're losing.
not,
Yeah.
yeah. So even if me doing that ridiculous bet, like I'm not. So when people who are betting, and that's how it was Arizona State. He had one of the players, the bookie had one of the players because the player owed him $10,000. How a college
Crazy.
player owes $10,000 to a bookie, I don't know. And he was able to say, "Hey, listen, I can get. All right, you have no money, you can't pay. These kids are from the hood.
Yeah.
You can do some point shaving,
Mm.
and then and then they started getting all this money. 2 kids from college, they couldn't afford to eat. buying the best cars, best jewelry. So there's so much signs of them doing something stupid. Like if
Yeah.
you're a broke college student, how do you have this new car with the rims and
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, so all that kind of falls. But anyway, if you guys check it out, it's one of the episodes in Bad Sport on
What is it?
Netflix.
It's called Bad Sport on Netflix.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna,
all the episodes is about someone corrupting in the sports.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you'll like it. It's from Arizona State. One of the players he didn't wind up going to the NBA, but he was kind of a short for the NBA player. He's like only 6 feet. But he had
What's his name?
potential.
Do you remember his name?
I forgot. Yeah.
No, okay, I have to look. I have to look.
But look, he was balling in college, but that definitely affected his ability. But I think also is his height, because no matter how terrible you are as a human being, if you are a talented, brilliant player of anything, you'll get on the team. But I think he just wasn't tall enough. So, but anyway, I want to talk about one last thing real quick with you. I know you sent me a song, and we were supposed to do this topic like probably a year ago. You sent me Notorious.
I sent you a
B.I.G.
lot of shit, bro. I don't know
But
which
yeah,
one.
well, this one, the last one was Who Shot You. I was listening to that because it's been a minute since I listened to that.
Yeah, me
track.
too. And I heard. I think I sent it to you today, and I was like, oh yeah, I got this. Is my shit, man. Yeah.
We need to do this. If you have time to think about this over the weekend, Monday, we need to do the top 5 diss songs
Ooh, that's
of
a good
all
one.
time. And there's so many.
There's so many.
And I know, I don't know if you're gonna put Ether number 1. And also it has to be like skill, but also impact. Like, did it destroy the other guy's career? And
I think
didn't
impact
really
is a big part of it.
Yeah, I don't think Ether killed Jay, but definitely took him a step back. Where I think his ego probably was deflated a little bit. But
listen, Who Shot You is in my top 5 without even having to blink about it and think about it.
Yeah.
The video, the relevancy, why he just did that without having it attached to an album. Who Shot You is in my top 5, and I don't even have to think about it right now. Yeah, I can tell you.
I mean, I obviously Hit 'Em Up, No Vaseline from Ice Cube, even some stuff that a little bit.
Some current stuff. I mean,
some current stuff. I mean, if Jack Harlow embarrassed himself, I can't believe he didn't respond. Like, I'm a movie star. I can't respond to that. Like, you're not Ramsey.
Fuck Jack Harlow.
Yeah,
he's shameful, man. I don't even. I like some of his music, but like
he got to come back with, man.
Yeah.
Another. I was listening to this long ago, but it's been a minute. Beanie Siegel and Jadakiss were going back and forth, and Beanie Siegel had a really good diss track. I don't know if you listened to it. But it was really good. So there's a lot of diss tracks we can kind of go in. It was your top 5. I think we should come with that list on Monday, because by that time, at least one of these games be played before we get back on Monday. Hopefully, right?
We will have a game tomorrow. Game 1
okay,
tomorrow,
so
I believe. And then so we'll have what by Monday. I think we'll have 3 games. So
nice. All right, so we'll have enough, and then we'll have our top 5 diss track. I don't know where I'm gonna go with it. I'm going to try not to put all East Coast rappers in it, because that's going to it's going to be rather embarrassing. I don't know. No Vaseline may be up there. That was aggressive. Like, some of them, like even Hit 'Em Up is aggressive. First of all, for many reasons.
Hit 'Em Up. Tupac. Tupac is when angry Tupac.
Yeah, right.
Is some would say the best Tupac, but then you have like the loving. Brenda had a baby. Keep your head up, dear mama. Like, that's a great Tupac as well. So I like an angry Tupac.
Yeah,
I do. I like the Machiavelli album a lot. I like Hit 'Em Up, but it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to go back into the archives a little bit.
He had a lot of shades with him. I mean, when he's yelling, "Your fault," I'm my fault for make sure none of your kids will grow. Like, what?
Dude, Tupac was Tupac was sad.
He was mad, man.
Mad.
I mean, someone shot him, so I think I'll be pretty pissed off too. So, but yeah, so we got that going on, and then we have the full weekend. What is your plans? I know it's Wednesday. I'm talking about, but we ain't gonna do this until Monday.
I have no idea what I'm doing. You asked me what I'm doing this weekend. I have no idea what I'm doing tomorrow. No clue.
All right. That's the life of a businessman. He doesn't know what's going on.
Moment to moment, bro. I have no idea. Now this weekend. So this weekend I have. Actually, we do have a family day. Some things going on Saturday. Sunday, I don't have any. Sunday's one day of my week I don't have a lot planned, except when I get to nighttime. Sunday is a relaxed day for me. So I plan on just relaxing Sunday, but Saturday we have a lot going on Saturday. So
Yeah. Yeah, since Memorial Day, it's been busy with these animals. So
yeah,
that's what I'll be doing for the most part. It's easy. It's easy work compared to like the shit that other people have to do, like fix
yeah.
cars all day. That's lame.
Deliver McDonald's all day. That's really lame.
Well, that's fine. It's funny how people make fun. Like they're like, and this is random, but I'll be in the chat or it's always on YouTube. No one says
Yeah,
this to my face. But like, you just walk up, go walk up, go pick up shit. I'm like, so you're getting mad when someone talks about delivery drivers, pick it like
yeah,
go get a real job, go pick
yeah,
up McDonald's, but then they'll
yeah.
say the same thing about another gig work. Like, it just
It's
baffles the
weird.
mind where
It's
people how
it's
stupid people are.
it's weird, man. And I think what I've learned, right, being on the internet a couple years, right, making content like we do, is that so many people have opinions, right, but they don't have facts behind it. It's just emotion. It's emotionally driven, right?
Yeah.
And people, you call them what the tough keyboard warriors. Like everybody can say something in a chat or a live or a comment, but they'll never tell you that. They'll never say that to your face.
No.
So
I
it's a
mean, yeah, we've
funny
been
place.
outside a few times, and
Yeah,
everyone been so nice, right? Even
everybody's
the
nice.
ones that are a little talking a little bit crazy, like you come to you. Oh, you're nice, yeah, because this is not the internet. This is real life. So
Yes, Hannibal
chill
and
out.
I mean, between Hannibal and I, we've met 100 people,
Yeah,
200 people, and never anybody got anything to say like they would in the comment section. So I think we have to remember like the internet's just a entertainment.
which is fine.
It's a
It's
fun
fine.
place, which is fine.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, like we put our pants on the same way, we all like one leg at a time. So nobody's any better than anybody, and people got crazy things to say or opinions. But at the same time, like we're just trying to make money,
yeah.
and
Just trying to do your thing.
most of us have more things in common than we have in difference. So
Absolutely.
I think we have to remember that sometimes. So
Like I have a lot of common with the women. The fact that I don't know how to do it. Actually, that's not even true because I know Faith. She has like a garage
bro,
with all
what are
the
you talking about, bro?
tools and
You just said your wife is the one putting the shit together. So yeah, you have
yeah,
less in common.
that's
You're
true.
at a manhood
I don't know
deficit.
where I'm at. I'm at a toddler.
You're at a manhood deficit, bro. Like, what are you talking about, man?
I'll be fine. I'm pretty satisfied with how things are going so far.
You'll be
All
all
right,
right.
guys.
You'll be all right.
Be safe out there. Be good to each other. Don't be a dick.
No,
And we'll see you guys on Monday.
Monday.
Peace.